November 5th, Morrell versus Yerbossynuly. Two unbeaten fighters with knockout power.
I'm so excited. Like, it's my 3rd time in my house. I know that he's a strong fighter. He's a good fighter.
We're coming for the belt. That's why we took this fight. Doesn't matter, it's his home, so we are warriors.
Y entonces
Right now, I am fucking 100% man in this fight. So I'm looking good. I'm excited, man.
This is going to be fireworks. We will see you November 5th in Minneapolis.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Minneapolis, Minnesota, as Premier Boxing Champions presents our official weigh-in here. Once again, it is all brought to you by TGB Promotions, Warriors Boxing, and Showtime. We will begin our weigh-ins with the fights that will be streamed tomorrow on our Showtime Countdown Prelim show prior to our main card. Our Showtime prelim show will begin on the Showtime YouTube page at 6:30 Eastern Time, 3:30 Pacific Time. We will begin first 8 rounds in the super lightweight division. First up to the stage out of Woodland Hills, California, by way of his native country of Georgia, with 13 victories, including 8 by knockout, no defeats, and 1 draw. Here is Enrico Gudon Gogo Kia. And now we welcome his opponent to the stage out of St. Louis, Missouri. His record stands 16 victories, 10 coming by way of knockout, no defeats, and 2 draws. Here is Kent Cruz. And now first up onto the scale, once again, we welcome Enrico Gudon Gogo Kia. 141.4, 141.4 for Gogo Kia. And now we welcome his opponent getting set to step onto the scale, the undefeated Kent Cruz. 143.6, 143.6 for Cruz. Eight rounds in the super lightweight division. Enrico Gudon Gogo Kia taking on Kent Cruz. And now we move on to our next official weigh-in. 8 rounds in the middleweight division. First up to the stage out of Paraná, Argentina, with 18 victories, 8 by knockout, opposite of 11 defeats and 1 draw. Here is Rolando Mancia. And now we welcome his opponent with 27 victories, including 16 by knockout, opposite of 3 defeats and 1 draw. Representing Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, he is a former super welterweight world champion. Here is Julian J-Rock Williams. And now first up onto the scale, once again out of Argentina, Rolando Mancia. $158 on the dot, 158 for Mancia. And now we welcome once again the former champion, Julian J-Rock Williams. $159.6, 159.6 for Williams. This will be 8 rounds in the middleweight division. Once again, being streamed live on the Showtime YouTube page tomorrow night. Rolando Mancia against Julian J. Rock Williams. And now we go to 10 rounds in the light heavyweight division. First up to the stage out of Miami, Florida with 21 victories, 17 by knockout, and 4 defeats. Here is the monster, Yuneski Gonzalez. And now we welcome his opponent out of Flint, Michigan with 28 victories, 18 by knockout, opposite of 3 defeats. Here is Andre Durrell. And now, first up onto the scale, once again, the monster, Yuneski Gonzalez. $174 on the dot for Gonzalez. And now we welcome his opponent getting set to step onto the scale. Once again, Andre Durrell. $174 for Durrell. Ten rounds in the light heavyweight division. Andre Durrell against Yuneski Gonzalez. Once again, this will be on the Showtime YouTube page. Showtime Countdown Prelims tomorrow, live from the Armory. And now we will turn things over to our Hall of Fame announcer, Jimmy Lennon Jr., for the weigh-ins of our main card.
Ladies and gentlemen, a very good afternoon to you, and indeed we welcome you as Premier Boxing Champions presents the official weigh-in for our Showtime Championship Boxing portion of our big night of action taking place right here in Minneapolis, Minnesota at the Armory. Brought to you by TGB Promotions, Warriors Boxing, and Showtime. Well, before we continue with our weigh-in, we have a special guest. We would like to invite him to join us up onto the stage and assist us with our official weigh-in. He's the popular and longtime Minnesota Vikings quarterback. Please welcome 2-Minute Tommy, Tommy Kramer. Come on up, Tommy. If our weigh-ins continue with the enthusiasm of our previous ones, we're going to need Tommy here to keep order, so we appreciate having him with us here this afternoon. All right, fans, here we go. Premier Boxing Champions presents the first of our weigh-ins on our Showtime Championship Boxing Night of Action, live on Showtime tomorrow night. First, please welcome our fighters to the stage. From Des Plaines, Illinois, by way of Jamaica, please welcome the battle-ready contender, Nate the Great, Nathaniel Gallimore. And we invite his opponent to the stage at this time. Fighting out of Warsaw, Poland, by way of Ukraine, here is the undefeated middleweight contender. Please welcome to the stage, Fyodor Cherkashin. And our fighters are almost ready to step onto the scale at this time. We're going with middleweights. It's scheduled 10 rounds of boxing. Once again, please welcome to the scale at this time with 17 knockouts in his 25 victories. Here is the hard-hitting Nate the Great, Nathaniel Gallimore. 158.5 pounds, 158.5 pounds for Nate the Great Gallimore. And his opponent to the scale at this time, undefeated middleweight contender, 20-0 with 13 knockouts, making his Showtime debut. Here is Fyodor Cherkashin. $158.75 pounds, 158.75 pounds for Fyodor Cherkashin. There they are, ladies and gentlemen. It opens up our Showtime Championship Boxing Night of Action. 10 rounds of action in the middleweight division. The undefeated Fyodor Cherkashin versus Nate the Great Gallimore. Well, fans, here we go. Premier Boxing Champions continues with our official weigh-in. Once again, we're in the middleweight division. It is presented in association with Samson Boxing. Please welcome to the stage at this time from Albuquerque, New Mexico. He's the battle-tested veteran, introducing Brian La Bala Mendoza. And as an opponent to the stage at this time, fighting out of Miami by way of the Dominican Republic, the former unified super welterweight champion of the world, Jason Banana Rosario. Let's bring our fighters to the scale at this time. We're scheduled 10 rounds of boxing. Once again, we're in the middleweight division. First to the scale with a record of 20 wins and 2 losses. 14 of his wins coming by way of knockout. Here is Brian La Bala Mendoza. $159.25 pounds. Brian Mendoza weighs in at 159.25 pounds. His opponent with a record of 23 wins, 3 losses, and 1 draw with 17 wins by way of knockout. Here's the former champion of the world, Jason Banana Rosario. 160 pounds, even 160 pounds for Jason Banana Rosario. There they are, ladies and gentlemen, 10 rounds of boxing in the middleweight division. Jason Banana Rosario versus Brian La Bala Mendoza. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, Premier Boxing Champions presents the official weigh-in for the main event of the evening, brought to you by TJB Promotions, Warriors Boxing, and Showtime. Let's bring our fighters to the stage at this time. It is for the WBA Super Middleweight Championship of the World. First, the challenger, fighting out of Las Vegas by way of Zarkent, Kazakhstan. He is the undefeated WBA #1 super middleweight contender. Please welcome Aidos Yerbossynuly. And his opponent, originally from Santa Clara, Cuba, now fighting out of and representing his home of Minneapolis, Minnesota. Here is the undefeated WBA super middleweight champion of the world, David Morrell Jr. Our fighters are ready to step onto the scale. It's a battle of undefeated boxers. 12 rounds for the WBA Super Middleweight Championship of the World. Weight limit on this fight is a strict 168 pounds. Up to the scale at this time with a record of 16 wins, no losses with 11 knockouts. The undefeated challenger making his first attempt at a world title and his Showtime debut. Here is Aidos Yerbossynuly. 167 1/4 pounds, 167 1/4 pounds for the challenger, Aidos Yerbossynuly. And his opponent, the defending champion with a record of 7 wins, no losses, 6 wins coming by way of knockout, making the 4th defense of his title. Here is the undefeated WBA Super Middleweight Champion of the World, David Morrell Jr. Already 166 1/2 pounds, 166 1/2 pounds for David Morrell Jr. There they are, ladies and gentlemen. Don't miss the action. It's the main event on Showtime Championship Boxing. The WBA Super Middleweight Championship of the World, David Morrell Jr. versus Aidos Yerbossynuly. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that concludes our official weigh-in for our big night of action taking place tomorrow at the Armory here in Minneapolis, Minnesota. We thank you very much for your attendance, and we'll see you tomorrow night.
November 5th, Morrell versus Yerbossynuly. Two unbeaten fighters with knockout power.
I'm so excited. Like, it's my 3rd time in my house. I know that he's a strong fighter. He's a good fighter.
We're coming for the belt. That's why we took this fight. Doesn't matter, it's his home, so we are warriors.
Y entonces,
Right now, I am fucking 100% in my next fight. So I'm looking good. I'm excited, man.
This is going to be fireworks. We will see you November 5th in Minneapolis.